Welcome to Saints in the Parish, where we discuss what the Church teaches so you can grow in your faith and become a saint. We have the theology of the Eucharist. We know as a basic objective truth, because it's revealed by Jesus Christ, that at the Mass, at the words of consecration, something really happens. Bread and wine become the body and blood of Christ. So true on its face because Jesus Christ says it, the Church affirms it, and that's what we do every Mass. So as Catholics, the Eucharist is Jesus Christ, fully body and blood, soul and divinity. Okay, how does that happen?
Right.
We know it happens, so how do we explain that to people?
Because inevitably, you're going to get a doubting mind that wants to know that information.
So the Church will always say, from St. Thomas Aquinas, using Aristotle, when the Eucharist, when the priest says the words of consecration at the Eucharist, Jesus Christ truly becomes the body and blood and soul of divinity in the bread and wine, now the body and blood of Christ. So a change occurs in that, and we would say that it is a substantial change. So the Church says it's transubstantiation. That's the theological term, transubstantiation. So it's a change of substance. Substance being what it actually is. Mm-hmm. Not what it looks like, not what it tastes like, actually is. So if you think of a human being, I'm Donald Paul, that's Father Steve. We are not the same person. You can see that very clearly. Looking at us, we're not in the same place. We are different. But we're also similar. We're both human beings. So we share this humanity between each other, but it looks different.
And even maleness.
And maleness.
We share that.
And these are substantial elements
right.
of who we are and things that we can't change.
That's right.
Like I could cut my arm off or dye my hair, and that doesn't make me not a human being. That's just, I'm changing something we would call accidental about myself. It's something that just makes me who I am, a deeper, more fundamental sense. So the Eucharist, we say, is a substantial change, not an accidental change. So if you consume the Eucharist, it tastes like bread. It, has some kind of caloric, change because bread does, but it is not bread now. It is the body and blood of Christ because there is a substantial, not an accidental change. Like I said, I could dye my hair and change my hair color, but it doesn't make me not a human. Well, it's reversed in the Eucharist. It is now not bread and wine. It is the body and blood of Christ, but the look, the taste, the feel, the smell, all of that remains while what it actually is changes.
And Jesus can do that. God can do this. It's a miracle. That's what miracles are. They fly in the face of science as we know it. And so we believe. So this is where faith takes over, where reason, doesn't take us far enough. That's the reason why we need faith and reason. And the Catholic Church is the only church that believes this particular theology.
If you would like to see more episodes, click on the podcast tab on our channel to view all the podcast episodes.